All right, everybody, welcome back to Why Not RV. This week, we're going to talk about dogs while RVing. Let me start by introducing you to our dogs. So first off, we have Mr. Rocko over here. Rocko, come here, buddy. Come here. Rocko, come. It's okay. Rocko is a 12-year-old mutt. I've always called him a corgi with long legs. He's a very, very sweet boy. He is unfortunately battling lymphoma cancer right now and undergoing chemo treatments. We're not really sure what's going to happen. He's been not really responding to medicine the way we want him to. So just keep him in your thoughts and in your prayers. That we appreciate it. But this is Rocko. He's a good boy. And this is Mr. Jasper. He is a 13-week-old golden retriever. We just got him last week. I'm gonna go. He won't sit still. He just loves to be as close to us as possible. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what happened last week when we went and got Mr. Jasper. Okay, so it is 9:30 o'clock at night on Saturday, January. Is today the 25th?
Right now it is. Yep.
The 25th. We have been looking for a golden retriever puppy for a very long time, and long story short, we found one that needs some help up in Mississippi, which is about 11 hours away from us. And we just decided this feels right, the dog feels right, the parents feel right. So Rocko is loaded up, Eric is taking first leg, and we're on the road. 9:31, here we go. It is now 5:36 in the morning, our time, technically 4:36 here in Alabama where we're at. Erica drove for about 4 hours, and then I took over after that. She and Rocko are back there. We stopped for some gas, so she's gonna try and take a little nap so that she can finish the drive in a couple hours. And we'll see how this puppy is. We're excited. Can't wait to update you. We finally made it to Mississippi. Rocko is less than pleased.
So is Erica.
But we're pulling up to the house now, so we'll report back with the dog here in a little bit.
Your first meeting, you getting video?
Yeah. Rocko, get the... This is Rocko. This is your big brother. He's gonna teach you all the things about the world.
Aw, the tail wag. Aw.
Rocko, that's a baby.
Perfect. Good boy. That's a baby. You already have your size.
We got him. Look how cute he is. Rocko is not amused. Honestly, he's doing really good with him. We have not named him yet, but we will be naming him on the drive. We are super excited, and we'll keep you guys updated. So we drove 24 hours all the way up to Mississippi to get Jasper. We left at 9:30 at night on Saturday and didn't get back till Sunday at about 10 o'clock. I was a little tired during that trip, but Eric and I switched off back and forth, and we did pretty good to go get him. And he did amazing on his way back. Jasper, hey! Shh. No, sir. Always trying to eat things. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. How to RV with dogs. Let's just talk about prepping the rig. You want to carry multiple things on board with you to make sure you have a nice successful trip with your animals. So let's talk about a few of those things. Dog shampoo. Your dogs are always in new environments. They like to make themselves smell like that environment. So they get pretty dirty by rolling around in whatever might be outside. So you always want to carry good shampoo with you. Now, dogs might have allergic reactions or just get dry skin depending on the different climates they're in. So you might want to consider having a dry skin shampoo or possibly a medicated shampoo if your dog is known to have allergies. So ask your vet about that kind of stuff. You're also going to want to have treats on board, not only just for training and for rewarding your pup, but also some busy bones or something to really keep them busy while you're gone. If you have them crate trained or they just free roam, dogs like to find something to do, and if you're not going to give them a means to do it, they're going to find something to do. So we like to keep busy bones on board. So we'll show you some of the stuff that we have. We keep our dog treats in this this drawer down here, and we like to keep these soup bones because they're like a lot bigger of a regular treat, but they really keep themselves busy. It's better than just a regular treat. Lasts them a lot longer and keeps them busy for a while. Obviously, one of the most important things to bring and prep your rig with is your dog's food. Make sure you have enough food for your trip. If it's just a weekend trip, or if you're going on the road for a few months, you might have to be stocking up as you go along. But make sure you try and bring as much food as possible before you leave. That way you're not trying to scatter around last minute to get their food while you're on the road. Bringing things that are familiar with them really helps them be more stable inside an environment like this. So, if they have certain toys, bring those with you. A certain blanket or dog bed, bring that with you. If your dog is crate trained, that's awesome, because then they can, they know that crate is a safe spot for them. So sometimes it's troublesome to find a good spot for the crate in an RV, but they're your babies. You got to make room for them. So figure out where that's going to go way ahead of time. Otherwise, again, you're going to be on the road and thinking last minute what to do. You also want to bring your dog's medicine. If they're on any kind of medication, that's a great thing to bring with you. Also, just things that they're going to get into while they're on the road might not agree with them, so you might want to bring some Benadryl or Zyrtec or something like that. But before you do all that, make sure you talk to your vet about your dog's weight and whatnot and how much to give them in case they get into anything. So talk to your vet first about all that stuff. Also, when you go to your vet before you go on your big trip or whatever have you, make sure that when you're at the vet office, you ask for a copy of their records, both a physical copy and a digital copy. We like to keep a physical copy and keep it inside the rig, but it's also really good to have a digital copy just in case you have to take them to the emergency room or whatever happens and you don't have that physical copy with you. You can always have that digital copy right on your phone or in your email to pull up at a emergency clinic or at another clinic. Also, we want to bring our grooming tools. So some dogs might just have a brush or two, your nail clippers. Depending on your dog and your grooming standards, make sure you bring all your grooming tools with you. So we just have a Furminator brush and toenail clippers. That's all we use for our dogs. It's pretty simple. We also like to carry cornstarch on with us just in case they start bleeding when you're trimming their toenails. If you get the quick, that cornstarch really helps to stop the bleeding. What about leaving your animal inside the RV while you go out and enjoy the local area? Obviously, we want to try and bring our dog with us everywhere we can. So I like to use bringfido.com. It's a pretty simple thing. It shows you restaurants and activities nearby. So make sure you check that website out. It has an app, I know, for the iPhone. I'm not sure about Android. But bringfido.com or the Bring Fido app is a great resource to have so you can bring your animals with you. Now, when you don't bring your animals with you, you want to make sure that they're safe inside your RV. So I have a Govee Wi-Fi temperature monitor, so I can always check in on the temperature in the RV. There's other ones. I think one's called the Temp Stick that actually sends alerts as the temperature gets too high or too low, depending on your environment, and gives you time to get back to your rig to take care of the animals before they're in something too hot. We also like to keep an eye on the dogs while we're gone, so we have a Wise camera mounted up in the corner so you can see the whole living area. We're actually going to add a second camera so we can see down the hall, because sometimes they like to just lay down in the hall over there. But a Wise camera is a super cheap option. There's plenty of other wireless camera options out there, but we definitely recommend a wireless camera and wireless temperature monitor for checking in on your dogs while you're out for the day. When you're set up at your campsite, you might want to have your dog outside with you, but you might not necessarily want to keep them on a leash on your hand all the time. So we recommend maybe a long lead, like we have a 20-foot lead that we can attach to the stairs or the picnic table or whatever's nearby, so that the dog can stay right in your campsite and right near you, but they're still on a leash, so you're still abiding by the park rules. Depending on your rig and what kind of stuff you have, you can also put an outside crate. Some people have the outside portable fences that set up and you create a little playpen outside, so keep that as an option as well. Extra towels are also going to be a thing you want to keep in mind, because the dogs are going to get dirty and you're going to want to give them a bath. And you don't want to use your own bath towel and then have to go do laundry. So make sure you keep a couple extra towels on the RV for your dog to have a bath and to dry them off. One other thing to think about is fireworks. A lot of people don't realize that you might be at a campground that a mile away every Wednesday night there's some kind of sports game that fireworks go off every single week. Or you might be staying at Fort Wilderness in Disney and there's a fireworks show every single night. And your first night there, you might not have remembered that, and you're enjoying the fireworks, and then all of a sudden you realize, crap, the dogs are at the RV and they're probably panicking because of these fireworks and you're rushing to get back. So make sure you think about that kind of stuff before you leave the dogs for the day, depending on where you're at and where you're camping. Make sure you put a sign on the door or maybe by the front window near the door so that people know that A, there's animals inside, how many animals there are, what their breeds are, what type of animal they are, and your contact information, so that if something's going on at the RV park, whether it's power related or there's a fire or something like that, people can either contact you to get a remote code to come inside the door if you have a remote, if you have a lock on the door that has a code, or just to let you know so you can get back to your RV in time to take care of the animals. Let's talk about the tow vehicle. Now, I've done a few things to mine to keep the dogs nice and comfortable. First thing we did was we got this platform hammock. It's not just a hammock that usually ends at the edge of the seat, because the end of the seat, it goes right here and then it goes up to the headrests. This is actually a full platform that's solid surface all the way across and flat all the way across. I also have these door protectors to protect the doors, and some good bags and little pouches for their leashes and whatnot. It also leaves me with all my storage still underneath the seat. I have it a little messy right now, but as you can see, you got all your storage underneath there. Now, the next thing I did was I added cooling fans up to the top of the truck. I got them on both sides, and these are fully adjustable fans that you can turn any way you want. You can twist them and turn them, anything. I like how I have them for the pups, and it provides nice cool air back here because, as you see, it blocks the AC vent if you have an AC vent. I also have doggy seat belts that are clipped in through the base there into the seat, so the dogs are nice and safe while traveling down the road. Some other things you might want while traveling down the road: obviously you want some bags for their business. A couple leashes. I keep their leashes inside right now because we're not on the road, but otherwise I keep extra leashes in here. I actually do have an extra leash in my center console. But other than that, you also want a water bowl that you can then set down on this platform, and they can have water while you guys are going down the road. And we like to stop every 2 hours, regardless of who's driving or what's going on, just to let the dogs out and make sure they can use the restroom. Last thing I want to talk about is a routine. Dogs need a routine. They are pack animals, and they want to do the same thing every single day. And feeding time, drinking, potty time, all that kind of stuff needs to stay in routine. So dogs need a routine, and you need to provide it. So make sure that you're staying consistent with your animal when you're on the road with however you are at home. It will really help that transition for them when you're getting into the RV. All right, everyone, we are nearing 100 subscribers, so I want to do a giveaway. This is for a Why Not RV t-shirt, and we're going to go ahead and do that once I get to 100 subscribers. So all I need you to do is comment below that you on this video, and then share the YouTube channel. Once you share the YouTube channel, send me a screenshot of that on Facebook Messenger at Why Not RV, and you're automatically entered. Once I reach 100 subscribers, I'm going to go ahead and pick someone at random, send you a message back, and we'll get your shirt size and whatnot, and your address, and I'll send you a shirt for free. So we appreciate it. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys next time.